You will not believe how delicious these little pork belly croutons are. I just have to show you these.
Yeah.
Crispy and stuck.
We're up.
Here we go.
Random in my bag.
Casserole dish. Where is the mount for the tripod?
It shouldn't be.
Not.
It's got to be in there. I swear I saw it. We are back. Vlog number, I don't even know. Too many to count these days, but we're currently headed up to Portland, Maine. We'll be covering a couple different topics, a couple different pieces of content, and stick with us along the ride. For those that are not from the New England area, you can obviously see the beautiful fall aesthetic leaves popping up around here. People from all over the country come up to the Northeast just to get a glimpse of the orange, yellow, and red. So it's kind of a no-brainer to live up here in New England. So definitely check it out if you're available to do it. So we're up here currently in Portland, Maine, to sit down with the co-founders of Hearts of Pine, the latest USL club, specifically in USL League One. Behind us, we have Allagash Brewery, one of the mainstay breweries up here in New England, and also the official partner of Hearts of Pine.
We're gonna head in, chat with one of their representatives, and probably have one or two Allagash whites.
Or three.
Yeah. See, those.
I'm not driving.
Those 8 containers right there. Andrew's name is actually on all of those because he just drinks that much Allagash beer.
I think there's actually, there's 8, right?
Yeah,
there's 8. There might be more than that. There's like 12 or 18.
Yeah, you might have to invest a bit more to get the other ones, but yeah, let's go do it.
Do it. Oh, we're here with Brett Willis of Allagash Brewery. Brett, what does this new partnership with Hearts of Pine mean for you and mean for the brewery itself?
It's honestly a big step for us. I've never done a partnership of this magnitude with a team. So we're like official brewery partner, and so we're getting to do a lot of stuff, at the games, have some signage at the games, potentially do some collab beer sort of thing, and it's just like, it's been really cool to be not just a sponsor, but like a partner working with their team and actually thinking about into the future, how can we kind of be partnering with them in a way that builds it into the community of Portland.
How did this come about specifically?
It's been a long time. It's been like 2 years, I think, that it's been in the works, where just as the Hearts of Pine team was kind of clearing all the different hurdles to getting their stadium and then getting the different authorizations and stuff, we've been just kind of talking with them in the background. And so it just happened that this was kind of came to be the right time where they were looking for partners, and we were like, you know what, that actually sounds amazing. And so I think, it just kind of came together after like literally a couple of years.
Now, being on Instagram, being on socials, you see like USL to Portland, and it feels like that was like 2 years ago. Yeah. So it's amazing to think that Allagash has actually been in the conversation for that long.
Yeah, totally.
That's exciting. And what has the partnership been like working with Hearts of Pine so far? You kind of mentioned it off camera briefly, but talk to us about that.
Yeah, so we actually just, so I'm on the marketing team here at Allagash. We actually just met with them like 2 days ago to just talk with our whole marketing team about how this can all look and how we can work together, because we have we have some spaces here where we've been hosting private events, so it's the sort of things that can we show different reveals here at the brewery and do just kind of build us in with their sort of like the excitement that they're building in the community. But I mean, working with them, it's like they're just collaborative. They're like, part of their thing is they want to be a community organization, and so I think that was part of what made a lot of sense for us to be working with them, is because being a part of the community, being a positive part of the community is like a big thing for Allagash and giving back. And so I think that basis of like wanting to build community here in Portland in the ways that we both could with these different audiences was like a huge benefit for both of us.
Yeah, that kind of answers my next question. Is I guess maybe from you kind of talked about it, like doing some reveals, some showings. What are you most excited about? What's the brewery most excited about heading into the 2025 season and just partnering from the brewery side of things?
I think get into the games.
Yeah,
just get into the games.
Yeah.
It's like you can just feel the excitement. Like every single reveal that they've planned has gotten big support. And like they had a Hearts of Palooza, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, where it was
I
like the
saw
top
about that.
point.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any necessarily like reveal. Like it was just like, let's bring people out in support of the Hearts. It was like 1,500 people just coming out just to be like excitement.
Yeah.
And so I think that knowing their like Dirigo Union, the supporters club, like how organized and excited they are, and like also just thinking about getting into the game. I think there's just a ton of people around here, like me personally, hit my mic, me personally, but also I think at the brewery, just like the excitement that there's going to be at that game is going to be pretty cool.
1,500 people just for an event is amazing, and I can't wait to see what the turnout will be at Fitzpatrick Stadium in 2025. What's your favorite beer here at Allagash?
That's a good question. It's kind of seasonal. I mean, I think Allagash White is the obvious answer for me, just because it's one of those things where that's the majority of what we brew, but it's also just like there's so much love here for the quality and the like difficulty around brewing that beer. It's because it's a style that's really hard to get the right balance of things, and so I think like we just have a lot of pride in brewing that beer, enjoying that beer. Like it just won another gold medal at the GABF, the Great American Beer Festival. So it just continues. It just continues to be relevant. So it's definitely my favorite. But honestly, the one that I think I'm the most pumped about right now is Allagash Lager.
Yeah.
So we came out with just like a classic American lager. It's only been available at the brewery for maybe like a couple months, but it's going to start going out more widely in the next couple months. And it's just like, if you just want like a lager, it's like that's what it is. And so I'm personally excited about that.
For all the lager lovers, you know where to get one here at Allagash. You got to be here though until it's released. Brett, thank you so much for taking your time. We're excited to see the Allagash partnership prosper with Hearts of Pine.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the thing, and because we're mostly outside, it was basically during COVID, we totally changed our entire like layout, and so we did it mostly outside, and so now we can kind of winterize it a little bit, but then this is our brew house. Like this is actually where we brew Allagash White.
Yeah.
So it's up on that system.
What's like the brew time, if you know that? Like
how long it takes to brew the beer?
Yeah.
Brewing it takes probably like 3 or 4 hours, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then fermentation's like a week, I think. But then, so the thing with Allagash White is it's what's called like bottle conditioned or can conditioned, where when we're packaging it over there, we put in a little bit of extra yeast and sugar, so it actually like re-ferments inside the can itself. So that's what takes away a little extra oxygen, adds a little extra flavor. Like
that's why you have to flip it upside down, right? Yeah,
I know that. Yeah. You know.
I know. I do my research.
Yeast. There you go. It is crazy how big a difference that makes in the flavor of the beer. Like
I've not done it because I've forgotten, and I'm like, damn it, the beer sucks now.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't suck. Man.
No, I know what you mean.
I'm like, damn,
it's not. It's like disappointing because you're like, where is that flavor? If you honestly like, if you just were to pour a little bit back and swirl it,
that'll be fine.
That makes sense.
We're brewing 24 hours a day, 4 days a week. And most of that's Allagash White. It's like 85% of the beer we brew is Allagash White.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into this, and like these containers themselves are just like very intricate.
Every alcoholic beverage you're gonna have is basically you get a sugar and you ferment it to make alcohol. So it's like with wine, it's grapes that you're fermenting their sugar. With cider, it's apples you're fermenting their sugar. With beer, it's grain.
Yeah.
So you're just getting the sugar from the grain. You add the hops because it helps preserve it, but it also adds flavor. But then you're just basically pulling all the sugar and like complex whatever starches and stuff out of the grain that you can, and then fermenting that. That's beer.
That's the easiest explanation I've ever heard.
I'm glad.
It's a good thing that we're doing this because our podcast, we had a lot of beer involved in the beginning. We would crack beers before and talk about what we're drinking.
Yeah.
We've kind of moved away from that, but you know, people that listen aren't familiar with what we do with the beer.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, you can just pump over.
Yeah, we can do it.
There we go.
We're young enough.
I believe in you guys.
We got the legs for it. I don't know about Connor.
So you guys played soccer together?
Yeah, we played college soccer together, and then I haven't played since probably 2021 competitively. So,
okay.
But yeah, no, Big part of my life growing up, and same with Connor.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What positions do you guys play?
I played midfield.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of running.
I was always midfield.
Oh, yeah?
I suck at soccer. I stopped in high school, but I was always left mid. So if you work here, you can submit an idea, and so we have a pilot team of people who gets all those ideas. And if there's a good idea, they say, "Cool, let's brew that." So it doesn't need to be like a recipe. You just need to say like, "I want a beer that tastes like a margarita," or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And then people are like, "Cool, all right, let's try that." You get paired up with an actual brewer. You brew it here. Those are little fermentation tanks, so they kind of control the temperature you ferment it, and then we put it on tap here. And so these are actually like pilot beers. Well, 2 of them are pilot beers, one's a trial, but you guys want to try a pilot beer?
Sure.
This one's actually pretty cool. So this guy, Patrick Chauvinel, is he's the head of our like pilot system, and he's the one who makes our cider. He's the one who makes our like fruit wines. Like he does a lot of. He's just like basically everything having to do with fermentation. He's like a freaking mastermind.
He's the person for it.
So this is actually his kind of like
smells good.
Margarita version.
Yeah, it's
of
got
a beer.
like it's got like a.
It's got a pretty
It's got
significant.
an interesting smell.
Yeah, it's got a very like limey
Here, we'll do this.
sort of aroma.
We'll get us all in it. All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See what you think.
I like that.
That's really interesting. I don't think I've had this yet.
I like the smell of this. I like the smell of this.
Oh yeah, it's
Swirl
like
it.
vanilla. It's like swirl it. You take a little sniff, look at it again, and then you give it a sip.
That's good.
That's interesting.
That's good.
It's like a Hefeweizen. If you like the clove sort of a thing, and like you know, there's beer in here. It's fermenting. This thing comes from the top, and any CO2 that the yeast inside that's fermenting that like sweet wort creates goes down into here and then bubbles out of there.
Oh,
so if you ever see a bubble, it's like that's the off gassing of the CO2.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's creating that CO2 stuff. So we have a keg robot that we got like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
It's been very nice because kegging used to be like a really job. So this is our lab. This is what you guys were talking about with you saying like it's like science, it's microbiology, like it is. So if you want to check this out. So like it's a ton of science in microbiology. We actually have a microbiologist on staff. Our lab I think has like 5 or 6 people in it I think at this point. But this is like making yeast. So we get we actually have all of our own yeast. This is like a super duper low temperature fridge that like basically kind of like preserves yeast for a long time. So we grab a little bit of it, and the way it happens is like you grab a little bit of yeast and then you feed it some sugar and it multiplies, and you put it into a bigger thing, get it some more sugar and it multiplies more, and so you kind of build it up over time.
Yeah.
So this is basically the process of building up yeast. They're agitating it so that it's eating the sugar, it's doing more, and then they'll eventually throw this into one of those big tanks, sort of a thing.
Wow. Call that a success. A lot of fun hanging out with.
Andrew got thrown out.
I got thrown out. I had too many beers. He gave us 8 chips. No, I'm kidding. Can't say anything but good things about Allagash Brewery. Not only is, everything about the brewery experience fun, but the people are great. Got to thank Brett massively on hooking us up with a really, really great tour of the brewery, hooking us up with tokens, hooking us up with insights into the partnership with Hearts of Pine. So we're excited to shoot more content going forward, and we hope that we're back soon. We still have like 3 tokens left, so we'll definitely use those when the season does roll around, and
Catch a game.
when we're catching a game up here, we'll definitely use them then. Headed over to Fitzpatrick Stadium, close to downtown Portland, so we'll see you there.
We are at Fitzpatrick Stadium, soon to be home field of the Hearts of Pine. So it looks like it's pretty packed at the moment. It's quite a bit of parking, and there's parking all the way across the street, up the road. So we're gonna see what event's going on here now, and we're gonna picture what it looks like when the Hearts of Pine are playing.
Make sure you follow rules 1 through 7.
If you have any other further questions, go to portlandmaine.gov. Oh, right by the airport.
I think wherever we are in Portland, we're technically right by the airport, so it's not a big area.
I'm guessing the concessions are going to be, so pull up here and get your refreshing beverage, maybe some Allagash beer.
They're gonna have here for sure.
What?
Whoopie pies.
Whoopie pies. Concessions. You need concessions that keeps butts in seats. Hot cocoa for the early season games because it's going to be cold. Maine in March, April, whenever it is. And the rest of the menu will TBD.
So we are here live from Fitzpatrick Stadium, the official home, as we mentioned, as for the Hearts of Pine. There's a lot of potential here. I think that's the word I'd use for this home field. I think when we look at teams in the USL, obviously a lot of college, high school, shared stadiums, shared environments with other sports teams. I think the potential is here. Portland, it's in a good area, I think, right off the highway as well. So turf field, which, not much upkeep in terms of that, but Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm immediately walking up, I was like really surprised with the amount of seating that's already available. So there was obviously the season ticket sales that have been incredible, sold out within a very short period of time for the Hearts of Pine. I think it was 1,500 tickets or so that were already gone. And even being so, there's still a lot more seating to go. I mean, we've been over at the Vermont Green. They obviously have a huge grandstand where a lot of the season ticket holders can sit. But this has bleachers on both sides of the field, and they're pretty sizable stands. So I'm not sure what the capacity is just at a glance. I haven't looked in advance of this, but I think that's something that is huge because knowing Portland, we'll learn a lot more tomorrow, but just the support of the community is something that plays in a lot. And if you're able to pack out these stands or even come close, it's really going to elevate the experience that fans can have when they're attending the game and make it feel like that much more of a professional atmosphere. We haven't really covered MLS Next or anything like that, but
no.
From the little that we know and players that have experienced it, a big thing that's missing is that fan atmosphere. So just the fact that this home has the ability to holster that atmosphere and really bring the player to fan experience to fruition, it feels like, again, as you mentioned, a great starting point.
I think also when we talk about future facilities and things like that, when you're starting out as any club, I think you want to vet how many fans you'll actually get. Yes, the sellout or the 1,500 tickets sold was a positive sign for that, but there's no shame and no harm done in finding a facility that can have the seating, can support for concessions, can support for parking and housing of fans. And so once you get that off your list and you can verify that there will be people at games, then you can start to look to more long-term stadium environments, whether that's you build your own stadium, start out small, then you go big. So if you can pack it out and really gain traction around a soccer team, then why wouldn't you build a stadium? Why wouldn't you build some sort of smaller type of soccer-specific stadium in the area if the financials are right and the support is right? So
yeah, you got to walk before you can run.
Exactly.
That's the simplicity of it. But no, excited to hopefully be back here catching a game pretty soon. Right now, you can probably see there's a bunch. We were hoping to walk around on the pitch, maybe kick a ball, but
we got people around here.
Saturday Flag Football League is currently being held, so
it's 4 p.m. as we speak. So yeah, it's if you're looking to come play soccer at 4 p.m. on a Saturday, don't come at this time.
Field might be booked.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool to check it out.
Yeah. Okay, all vlogs and all trips we go on, we're bound to forget something or lose something, and that's exactly what we did. We are supposed to.
We didn't do that bad.
We didn't do that bad, no.
We are missing the one piece that mounts. You have to screw it in the bottom of the camera and it mounts it on the tripod. When we went to Hartford, everything was a blur. we didn't pack up our belongings and we don't know where it ended up.
So now we're at the greatest store in America, Walmart. And we're gonna go
find a big one too.
Struggling to find this this camera mount, so. Did you find it?
I'm gonna ask someone.
Good to go.
Andrew with the good call.
Yep.
You
go check in?
Yeah, I'll go check in and get the keys, and then we can leave everything.
That car looks kind of like shot.
It'll be a one trip though.
All right, there are 3 places that are stuck in time. In the New England area, you got Market Basket, local grocery store, laundromats.
That's a big one for Andrew.
And then Connor, what's yours?
Hotels.
Hotels. We'll take you through and just show you what that looks like.
We're gonna give you a live look into the 80s.
Nothing bad in particular to say about this place. It's just, I'd say time capsule, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Show them the ice machine.
Oh yeah, here we go. Check it out.
There's gotta be a better way.
Of what?
Like, hotel keys are easy, but I'm still gonna complain about them.
Some checks with equipment for tomorrow. And I'm gonna definitely take a nap because it's been a long day. It's 12:03 a.m. Just got back from downtown Portland. Got some food, got some drinks, and we actually got late night food post dinner. So just inhaled some French fries, chicken fingers. Connor, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling ready for tomorrow. Be waking up soon. Get down to the continental breakfast.
Oh yeah, 8 a.m. sharp. But yeah, no, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
We're off. Maybe not. Now we're off.
Just want a bagel.
Andrew's gonna get a bagel. Chicken tendies aren't sitting right with him.
Here at Continental Breakfast, got some questions here listed out. Just kind of quickly drafting them up, reviewing them, making it easier for us. I think it'll give us a lot of insight into everything about the club themselves, how they founded Hearts of Pine. So I'm excited for you guys to listen in on it. But yeah, we'll be doing that this morning. Feeling good for this one, feeling ready. Connor?
Let's go. Let's do this thing. I gotta go check out.
Give these games my blessing. We just wrapped up interviews with Gabe and Burke. We're now headed over to the Portland Zoo. And Connor, what are we thinking for this Chelsea-Liverpool game?
It's kicked off. We don't have Allison, I know that. I'm hoping for a 1-0 clean sheet, maybe?
Portland Zoo.
Oh, I should take a picture.
I'm with Pat Willett, the market manager for Hearts of Pine. Pat, what is it like working for the club itself?
Honestly, man, it's like a dream come true. I've been a soccer fan since I was like 13-ish. I played like all the other like traditional fall sports you get in high school. Found soccer when I was in like 8th grade, and it was just like love at first sight. So being able to say that I am like a part of bringing soccer to the state that I've lived in, you know, all 27 years of my life it's a huge honor, and it's like euphoric. Like I wake up excited to go to work.
That's a lot of people can't say that, so yeah, that's a good thing.
It's a blessing, man. It really is a blessing.
So we're at the Portland Zoo, home of soccer, beer, and music.
Soccer, beer, music.
What does the Portland Zoo mean to you?
It means so. This is like I tell a lot of people like this is my happy place in Portland. It's my safe space. If you go on like the Hearts of Pine website, one of my like photos of me is in the zoo. This place is just awesome. Like you like look around you here in the background, like you get like all walks of life, all the different fandoms like coming together and just enjoying the sport in one place, and like that's super cool. And you get this like really unique mix of like non-soccer fans, like random kind of soccer fans, like the bartender Bird is like one of the biggest soccer fans you'll ever meet. It's like crazy mix of people, and it's just like welcoming and inviting, and it's they also open at 7 a.m. and will serve me beer.
That's
so
great.
It's a win-win.
If any 7 a.m. drinkers want to come here for some soccer, you know where to go. Portland Zoo. Pat, thank you for talking.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you. We're back with Burke again. We were on the podcast and you said that Chelsea ruined football, ruined soccer, but we'll get to that later. We're here now at later. Why do they ruin soccer?
They were the first of a breed that had money take over community-run clubs. Chelsea for many years stood for something. They were certainly not the best club in London until they were bought by a Russian oligarch who's been linked to very, very dangerous things in this world. And he was the first to juice international football as a foreign investor. And I think that's a really, when you look at what Man City's done today and how far they're going to fall, I mean, it's already been proven in the court of law. It's just statute of limitations that's holding it back for their ban from the European competitions. It'll be interesting. I used to work with the Premier League in my previous life as their agency, running their U.S. operations, and we'll see if money wins out. But I think it's really important to note there's a before and after moment. 2002, 2003, when Abramovich taken over, and I'm like, Chelsea was a cool club before that. They always kind of came from the snobbish side of London and those things. But seeing Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, go back and check out Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in the late '90s and early 2000s. They had a lot of cool things about them, and they were always kind of a challenger club. But it was the first flood of money that really kind of disrupted the establishment. And up to today, it's a weird thing the way they're structuring contracts. And we'll see how that kind of changes and rewires the game. I think it's smart in the short term, but something's gonna come back at some point, and they're gonna have to reckon with that. But I think it's really important to just kind of really think about where football was, the authenticity that it had within the English game in the late '90s and early 2000s. But it's also important to contextualize people hated Arsenal then because there was this foreign invasion of players. So there's a lot of nuance. But the thing that is indisputable is how money changed the game in that era with the ownership of Abramovich and Chelsea. Thank you again.
I'm sitting down with Mitchell, co-chair of Dirigo Union. Did I get that right? Mitchell, as far as Hearts of Pine and coming to Portland, what is your involvement? What do you think about it?
So, as co-chair of the supporters group, it's me and I believe we're at 8 other members now on the board, kind of organizing a place for fellow supporters of the club to come together and really establishing that traditional supporters group experience, whether it's displaying smoke at games, music, chants, drums, and then giving back to the community as well. So finding ways we can activate within our community. So that's really been the work so far, and we've grown to 150 paid members as of now, and that's without the team having a player signed or a manager signed. So
yeah, I guess as far as the soccer coming to Portland, I mean, it's always been here, youth game, everything like that, but now that you're going to have that professional team, what is your opinion? What did you expect versus the support that's already been shown?
I think the message from the club from day one has been community first. It's from within, and I've been coming to the zoo now for about 3 years to watch games. I live an hour north of Portland, so I wake up, if Liverpool's playing at 7:30, I'm here, and I'm up at 5 a.m. to get down here. So it's a place for dedicated soccer fans to come together and support a local team that is playing at a very competitive level. I think USL One offers a really attractive product to the Portland sports market. It's going to be really fast-paced games, young college athletes and young professionals looking to get to the next level. And I think what people are going to see is really fun soccer matches, 90 minutes of really gritty football.
Hell yeah. Okay, and now talk to me about match day. I know the ball is yet to be kicked, so you have tons of support, but what are you most excited for on match day with the supporters group?
I think it's going to be the team walking out. It's really going to be a special moment. We have a lot of work to do still, but we've got drums, we've got chants ready to go. We have We have smoke ready to go. It's finding out who is coming to Portland and supporting those athletes and showing them what Maine is all about and what we have to offer as a state, and hopefully showing them a really good bit of hospitality and showing them the support that they deserve. So I think when our match day committee comes up with our match day plan, marching into Fitzpatrick night 1, getting into our sections right next to the Bissell Beer Garden, it's going to be a really special moment for a lot of people. The soccer community has been wanting something like this for a really long time, and it's coming right up. We're 6 months away from kickoff. So,
Mitchell, thank you very much.
thank you.
How was your Portland Zoo experience?
Well, the Portland Zoo was great. I mean, as everyone said, I don't need to restate it. If you're a soccer fan, go to any kind of fan. If you go there, you might end up liking soccer a lot more, even if you don't. But Liverpool got a 2-1 win, so.
If you're in the Portland area, if you are a soccer fan, if you're a beer fan, if you're just someone visiting, no matter what it is, go check it out. So we're here live at Kennedy Park, actually one of the local parks in the community that is part of the club ethos in Hearts of Pine. So really cool that we get to end off the vlog in this fashion. We're just about to pack up and head home after a really good 2 days in Portland, and we cannot wait to be back.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. We're looking forward to getting back up here for potentially a match day. Go check out the Howlers podcast on all your socials, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll keep that US soccer content rolling for you.
See you soon.
We're gonna go chat up one of the fellows over here, drink 1 or 2 Allagash Whites. Those are.
You can also read. You can like. If you want to feel fresh doing it again, you can do it now because then we can just chop it. Because there was this. I paused.
I can't remember what you said.